In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Aleph Lam Mim. The Byzantine Empire has been defeated by the Persians in the nearby land of Syria. Yet, after their defeat, they shall be triumphant over them within several years. The command of all creation belongs to God alone before their coming victory and thereafter. And on that day of triumph, the believers will rejoice in the victory of God. He gives victory to whomever He so wills, for He alone is the overpowering one, the mercy-giving. This is the promise of God, and never does God fail to fulfill His promise. But most people do not know that God's word is ever true. They merely know the outer nature of the life of this world, while they are utterly unmindful of the reality of the hereafter. Do they not reflect within themselves? God did not create the heavens and the earth and all that is between them, except with the very essence of all truth, and for a stated term preordained by Him to be followed up by His judgment. Though many of the people are disbelievers in the inevitable meeting with their Lord in the hereafter. Have they not journeyed through the lands to see how devastating was the end of those who denied faith before them? They were far greater than them in power, for they cultivated the land with great competence. Moreover, they built it up far more proficiently than these disbelievers have built it up. Then their messengers came to them with clear and miraculous proofs from God, and they belied them. For never would God wrong them by punishing them without cause, but rather they wrong their own souls with ungodliness. Thereafter, the end of those who wrought evil was the worst kind of end, for they had belied the revealed signs of God. Indeed, they used to mock them. It is God alone who originates all creation. Then he shall cause it to return to being after it passes away. Then to him alone shall you all be returned for judgment. Thus the day, the hour of doom shall come, God will raise the dead, and the defiant unbelievers shall be utterly despondent. For never shall those whom they worship in life as their associate gods be intercessors for them with God in the hereafter. Moreover, they will themselves become ardent disbelievers in their associate gods. Furthermore, the day, the hour of doom shall come, that day they shall be forever separated into believers and disbelievers. As for those who have believed and done righteous deeds, they shall be made to reside in a lovely meadow, jubilant with joy. But as for those who have disbelieved and belied our revealed signs and denied the inevitable meeting with God for judgment in the hereafter, these then shall be thrust into ever-present torment. Therefore, highly exalt God when you come to nightfall and when you come to morning. For to him alone is due every praise in the heavens and the earth. So highly exalt him as well at evening and when you come to noon time. He brings forth the living from the dead, and he brings forth the dead from the living. Thus he gives life to the earth after its death. And even so shall you human beings be brought forth from death for judgment. Moreover, of his wondrous signs is that he has created you from dust. Then, behold, you are human beings spreading yourselves about, and of His wondrous signs is that He has created for you from yourselves mates, so that you may repose in them. And He has set between you genuine mutual love and tender-hearted mercy. Indeed, in all of this, there are sure signs for a people who would reflect on the handiwork of God. And of His wondrous signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the variety of your tongues and your colors. Indeed, in all of this, there are sure signs for a people of knowledge. And of His wondrous signs is your sleep by night and by day, and your seeking of His bounty in the daylight. Indeed, in all of this, there are sure signs for people who would hear and give ear. And of His wondrous signs is that He shows you lightning to inspire in you fear and hope. Thus He sends down from the sky water with which He gives life to the earth after its death. Indeed, in all of this, there are sure signs for a people who would use their reason to understand. And of His wondrous signs is that heaven and earth hold firm by His command. Then, behold, when He summons you from the grave with a single call, you shall at once rise out of the earth, resurrected. For to Him alone belongs all who are in the heavens and in the earth. All are devoutly obedient to Him, willingly or unwillingly. For He is the one who originates creation. Then He causes it to return to being after it passes away. And restoring your creation is even easier for Him. For to Him alone belongs the most transcendent attribute in the heavens and in the earth. For He alone is the overpowering One, the All-Wise. He puts before you a parable from your own lives for those who ascribe partners to God. Do you ever take your own servants, whom your hands rightfully possess, as full partners in all the wealth we have provided you, such that both of you become equals therein, so that you would have fear of them, freely sharing in it, like the fear you have of your actual partners from among yourselves. Never would you accept this. Thus do we make distinct the signs for a people who would use their reason to understand. But those who have done wrong by worshipping false gods follow only their own whims without any revealed knowledge. Then who is it that can guide one whom God has left to stray? Thus for them there shall not be any helpers against God's punishment. Set your face devoutly toward God and to the true religion, O Prophet, and so too all who would follow you, being ever upright in heart. This is the natural disposition given you by God, upon which He originated all humankind. There shall be no altering of God's creation. That is the upright way of religion, but most people do not know it. So hold fast to it, turning always to Him in repentance. Thus shall you fear Him. Thus shall you duly establish the prayer. Thus shall you never be of those who ascribe partners to God, like those partisans before you who divided up their religion and became factions, each party exulting in whatever they have taken hold of, calling it truth. Now, when harm touches people, they call upon their Lord for relief, penitent to Him. Then, when He gives them a taste of mercy from Him, at once a group of them associate gods with their Lord to show their ingratitude for all the good that we have given them in life. So, enjoy yourselves a little while, for assuredly you shall know the recompense of the ungodly. Or is it that we have sent down to them any heavenly authority that speaks with approval of these false gods that they have been associating with God? Yet again, when we give people a taste of our mercy, they exult in it. But if any harm befalls them, for all the evil that their hands have advanced in life, at once they turn despondent. Have they not considered that it is God alone who extends abundant provision to whomever He so wills? Indeed, in all of this, there are sure signs for a people who would believe. Therefore, you shall give to the close relative his every due right with kindness, and you shall give due charity to the indigent and the wayfarer. That is best for all those who desire only the face of God, for it is these who are the truly successful. Yet beware, for whatever you give others in usury to gain increase from the wealth of people shall never increase with God. But blessed is whatever you give of the zakah, charity, desiring only the face of God. For it is such as these who shall have a much multiplied reward. God is the one who created you. Thereafter, He provided for you in life. Thereafter, He shall cause you to die. Thereafter, He shall give you life again on the day of resurrection. Are there any among your associate gods who can do anything of this? Highly exalted is He, and most high, far above all that they associate as gods with Him. Corruption prevails in the land and the sea because of all the evil that the hands of humanity have earned, so that He may cause them to taste something of that which they have done, so that they may return in penitence to God. Say, O Prophet, to the unbelievers, journey through the earth and see how devastating was the end of those misguided generations who came before you. Most of them ascribe partners to God. So set your face toward the upright way of religion before there comes a day of reckoning from God that cannot be turned back. On that day hereafter they shall be parted forever. Whoever disbelieves in God, then his unbelief is only against himself. But whoever does righteous deeds in life, they shall have smooth a way for themselves to paradise. And so it is that God may reward from His bounty those who believe and do righteous deeds. Yet, indeed, He does not love the disbelievers. And of His wondrous signs is that He alone sends forth the winds, bearing clouds as glad tidings, so that He may cause you to taste the rainfall of His mercy, and so that ships may sail by His command, and so that you may seek of His bounty, and that therefore you might give thanks to God. Yet, very truly, O Prophet, we have sent messengers before you to their own people. Thus they came to them with clear and miraculous proofs from God. But they were belied. Therefore, we took vengeance on those who were defiant unbelievers. For helping the believers to victory is ever incumbent upon us. God alone is the one who sends forth the winds. Then they stir up the clouds. Then He spreads them across the sky, however He so wills. Then He rends them into billowing patches. Then you see rainfall issuing from their midst. Then, when He brings it down upon whomever He so wills of His servants, behold, they rejoice. Yet, indeed, previously, just before it was sent down upon them, they were utterly despondent in their drought. So, look at the traces of the mercy of God, how He gives life to the earth after its death. Even thus shall He most surely give life to the dead on the day of resurrection. For He is powerful over all things. But if ever we send a lightning wind, and they see the harvest fade yellow, they continue thereafter to disbelieve. And so it is, O Prophet, that you cannot make the dead of heart hear, nor can you make the deaf of heart hear the call of truth when they have turned back in retreat from it. Nor can you guide the blind in heart out of their misguidance. You can only make hear this call those who believe in our signs and who therefore are Muslims in willing submission to God alone. God is the one who has created all of you originally weak. Then, after your weakness, He brings about strength in you. Then, after your strength, He brings about weakness in you, and the gray hair of old age. He creates whatever He so wills, for He is the all-knowing, the Almighty. Thus the day, the hour of doom shall come, God will raise the dead, and the defiant unbelievers will swear that they had not remained in the world but for an hour. Even so, they were ever deluded about the truth of the hereafter. But those in life who were given revealed knowledge and who had faith will say to them, very truly, you have remained in existence from the time of your creation until the day of the ultimate rising in accordance with the decree in the book of God. Thus, this is the day of the ultimate rising, yet you did not ever seek to know of it. Then, on that day, those who did wrong by worshipping false gods shall not benefit from their justification for it, nor shall they be allowed to procreate the wrath of God for their ungodliness. Now, very truly, we have put forth for the good of all people in this Quran something of every kind of illustration. Yet, even if you were to bring them, O Prophet, a miraculous sign as proof from God, those who disbelieve would still most surely say, you and the believers are nothing but progenitors of falsehood. And so it is that God seals up the hearts of those who do not seek to know truth from fallacy. Therefore, be patient, O Prophet. Indeed, the promise of victory from God is ever true. Thus, do not let those who have no certainty in God and His judgment unsettle you.